Good morning, students. In previous lecture, we have done topic ellipse. Now today we will start topic hyperbola. In this case, when we discuss about the hyperbola, you must know about the relation between angle alpha and beta. As I've told you, in the parabola, in circle, in ellipse, now in this curve, the relation between alpha and beta is always greater than equal to beta is always greater than equal to 0 and less than alpha. As you know, alpha is the angle between axis and generator of the cone, and beta is the angle between two axis of plane and axis of cone. So beta, if beta is greater than equal to 0 and less than alpha, then the plane cuts through both the naps and the curves of the intersection is hyperbola. Now here one thing you must know about the curve. In previous curves, when a plane cuts to the cone, only one cone is cut by a plane. But in the case of hyperbola, both of the cones are cut by the plane. As I can just show you by figure. Suppose when here is this one napped cone. Suppose this is the shape of napped cones. And this is the axis of the cone. And just suppose here this is an angle alpha. If I talked about a plane like this, suppose is a plane cuts the this is the axis of the plane. Oh my God. This is the angle L beta, and this relation I told you, beta is greater than equal to 0, less than alpha. In this case, two shapes are cut out from here, and from here you can get the shape like this. One shape you will get from here. Two shapes simultaneous you will get upper cone and lower cone, both will give you a shape. I can show you this shape. Just a minute. Suppose we will go for the previous lectures when we started chapter. Page number, I think 238. On page number 238, it is shown, because it's very important to get an idea about the figure. What is a hyperbola, then you can get it. Now here is the shape. Let's see. Yes, this is a shape which you got. Upper and lower, both cones were cut out. As you see here, in the case of this one, only upper cone is intersected. In this also upper cone is intersected. In this also upper cone. It means circle, ellipse and parabola. In these three cases, only upper cone is cut by a plane. But in the case of parabola, but in case of hyperbola, upper and lower both cones are cut out, and you will get the shape upper and lower shape both simultaneously you will got. It means when you got these shapes, and these shapes have focus, and major axis is known as here transverse axis, conjugate axis, points of coordinates of focus, coordinates of latus rectum, coordinates of length of latus rectum, and I think all these parts of the hyperbola you must know. Now, what are the parts and what are the equations of the hyperbola? Let's see. Come back to the page number 256. Now come to the page number 56. On the page number 256, we will get an idea of center, vertex, focus, transverse axis, conjugate axis, and the condition where you know the equation of the curve or equation of the hyperbola. Yes, here is the idea about the hyperbola now. Now this is a shape where conjugate axis, transverse axis is the axis on which these two shapes are drawn. This is a transverse axis, and other one axis is known as the conjugate axis. And two foci are here. First focus F1 and second is F2. And center is where two axes intersect to each other. This is the center, and where the curve cuts through the axis is known as a vertex. This is a vertex. These two are the vertices, and two foci, two axes. One is conjugate axis, other is a transverse axis. Now here is the condition. When you take any point on this curve, the distance of that point from the F1 and distance from the F2, take the difference of these distances. These distances are always constant. You can say P1 F1 distance and P1 F2 distance. Take the difference of these two distances. Same, take any other point P2 and take the distance P2 F1 and P2 F2 and get the difference of these two distances. Same, take any point P3 on the curve and get the distance P3 F2 and P3 F1 and get the distance, or then get the difference. All these differences are always same. Constant difference is there. In the case of ellipse, the sum of these distances is always constant. In the case of hyperbola, the difference of the distances is always constant. This is a way to get an idea which type of curve you are getting. Now here are few further we will discuss types of hyperbolas. First type of hyperbola, that is a horizontal hyperbola, and this is a vertical hyperbolas. And here in the case when you apply the condition differences are constant, you will get an equation. That equation is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. This is the equation of hyperbola, which is a horizontal hyperbola. And second equation, y square upon a square minus x square upon b square is equal to 1 when the hyperbola is a vertical hyperbola. Now here center is 0, 0. Vertices are minus a0, and foci are minus c0 and c comma 0, or plus minus c comma 0. In the case when the vertical hyperbolas are there, then 0 comma a and 0 comma minus a are the vertices, and foci are 0 comma plus minus c. Here you can observe x square upon a. A is always taken first, but x and y interchange their position when it is horizontal or vertical hyperbola. So you have to remember this. If it is horizontal, then x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. When it is vertical, then y square upon a square minus x square upon b square is equal to 1. Now, here we have to discuss one table where you can get an idea of how to get the length of the conjugate axis, transverse axis, and vertices, focus. That table give you an idea about it. Just draw that. I'm drawing the table. Note it down. Suppose let's see, it is a table of hyperbola. Same table you can learn for ellipse also. You can make your own. I will just give you an idea of hyperbola. Then you will get an idea of ellipse also. You can frame the table like this. Suppose here is a equation. Equations are equations of hyperbola. Equation of hyperbolas are, first equation is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1, and second equation is y square upon a square minus x square upon b square is equal to 1. Sometimes it is written like this: x square upon a square if I take x square first, then you can take like this: x square upon b square minus y square upon a square, then this 1 becomes minus 1. Okay. Now center is always 0, 0. Center is always 0, 0. Transverse axis, equation of transverse axis, equation of transverse axis. When it is horizontal, then it is y is equal to 0, and it is vertical, then x is equal to 0. Equation of conjugate axis. Conjugate axis, it is x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Now you can just get in this horizontal and vertical. Length of transverse axis, length of transverse axis, that is always 2a in both cases. And second one equation is conjugate axis, length of conjugate axis, that is 2b and it is 2b. And if you are talking about foci, coordinates of foci are, as we know, it is AE comma 0, or sometimes it is written as, or you can say it is, that is plus minus C comma 0. Plus minus sign should be there. Here also plus minus sign is there. Here is 0 comma AE, or 0 comma plus minus. Here you can say plus minus also here. In the case of vertices, vertices are plus minus a comma 0 in the first case. In the second case, 0 comma plus minus a. And equation of directrix, it can be asked, that will be x is equal to a upon e and y is equal to plus minus a upon e. Put plus minus sign, two equations are there. Length of latus rectum, length of latus rectum, that will be 2b square upon a in the both cases. 2b square upon a in both cases. Let's see anything else is there or not. That is 2b square upon a. Okay. These are the main points which you have to learn to find out the solution of the questions of hyperbola. Now let's do few examples. Just see. Y square upon a square minus x square upon b square is equal to 1, and x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Two equations I've told you. Just do examples now. Now here are a few examples. I think examples are, these are few important points, you have to read them. Now example number 14. Find the coordinates of the foci, okay, and the vertices, eccentricity, foci and vertices, okay, eccentricity and length of latus rectum. These four things you have to require. First of all, find out what is A and what is B. X square upon 9 minus y square upon 16 is equal to 1. It means x square is written first. It means hyperbola will be of this type. Okay. So A square is equal to 9 and A is equal to plus minus 3. B square is equal to 16 and B is equal to plus minus 4. Yes, one thing you must remember. In the case of ellipse, we have get the value of C under the root a square minus b square. But in the case of hyperbola, when you want to calculate the value of C, that is C is equal to a square plus b square. Now you can calculate, it is 5. If it is 5, then what is eccentricity? Eccentricity is always equal to C upon A. You know the value of C and A. Put the value of C and A, 5 upon 3. Length of latus rectum, 32 by 3. Put the value of B square. B square is here 16. 16 into 2, 32 by 3. And foci plus minus C, comma 0. C is 5. And vertices plus minus A, comma 0. A is this one. So all these answers are required answers. The second part is, here is y square minus 16x square is equal to 16. As according to the standard equation, you have to first convert the question into the standard form. It should be what? It should be y square upon a square minus x square upon b square is equal to 1. So first divide by 16. It means y square upon 16 minus x square upon 1 is equal to 1. This is the equation now. Okay, this is the equation I have written here, and it is also written in the book. So what is the value of A? A square is equal to 16. So A is equal to plus minus 4. And B square is equal to 1. It means B is equal to plus minus 1. The value of C, apply the formula under the root A square plus B square. You are getting root 17. Now you can find the vertices, foci, eccentricity and length of latus rectum. All you can find. Only A, B and C are required to get the values. Now these are the values. Foci 0, plus minus C, because it is the vertical hyperbola. 0, plus minus A, C upon A, and this is 2B square upon A. Now next is example number 15. Find the equation of hyperbola with vertices 0, plus minus 3. This will show you what? This is a hyperbola of type vertical type. Like this. Vertical hyperbola is there. And vertices given. Vertices means A is given to you. And this is 11. Okay. Foci means C is given to you. you can calculate b by using the formula. Which one formula? C is equal to under the root a square plus b square. This is the formula. You can get the value of b square, that is 25 by 4. And now the equation of hyperbola will be, because it is a vertical hyperbola, equation will be y square upon a square. What is a square? A square is 11 by 4. Because this is root 11 by 2 square, do the square, 11 by 4. Minus x square upon b square is 25 by 4 is equal to 1. Put the values and take the LCM, you will get 100 y square minus 44 x square is equal to 275. Find the equation of hyperbola where foci are 0, plus minus 2 and the length of the lattice rectum is 36. Foci means 0, plus minus c. It means the value of c is 12. Length of lattice rectum means 2b square upon a is given equal to 36. From here you will get b square is equal to 18a. As you know, c square is equal to a square plus b square. C you know, b square you know. All the equations, all the statement is converted into only a, and you will get the quadratic in a. Get the factor of this quadratic. Minus 24 and 6 are the factors. Minus 24 is rejected. A cannot be minus 24. So taking a is equal to 6. And so b square will be 108. And it is the vertical hyperbola. 0, plus minus c means vertical. Y square upon a square minus x square upon b square is equal to 1. And simplify it. This is the equation of hyperbola. Only the value of a, b and c will give you an idea of all the parts of the hyperbola. So these are the examples of hyperbola, and you have to start to do exercise 11.4. Complete this exercise. Thank you. Have a nice day.